Hi there, amazing students. I cannot wait to talk to you today because what I have in store for you could change your English learning experience in ways you never could have predicted. Pay close attention. It is easier than you think to learn English. Learning English is not insurmountable. You are capable of speaking English fluently and much more quickly than you may imagine. And I will demonstrate how for you today. I am aware that many of you may experience anxiety or nervousness when attempting to communicate in English. Because you are afraid of making a mistake, some of you pause, get stuck on words, or occasionally you do not even try. And you know what? Feeling this way is very normal. I know exactly what you mean. I am aware of how annoying it can be to comprehend English while reading or hearing it. However, your mind simply goes blank when it comes time to speak. Even after years of learning, you could feel as though you are not getting better. However, I would want to remind you of something. Your educational path is not over yet. Everything is going to change for you from this point on, and you are just getting started. You will discover how to learn English in the simplest and most organic way possible. The best part is that you will finish it sooner than you anticipate. Let me clarify now. You do not have to spend your days memorizing lists of words, studying grammar, or worrying about being flawless. What is the secret to fluency in English? Living the language is what it is. It is about using it every day, breathing it, and thinking it. Learning English does not require memorization of complex rules or sitting in a classroom. Living with the language is the goal. Consider carefully how you acquired your first language for a moment. Did you spend hours reading grammar books? Have you studied extensive vocabulary lists? No. You gained knowledge by making errors, listening, and copying others. You did not question if you were saying things correctly. You just spoke the language on a daily basis. Your method for learning English will be exactly the same. I therefore want you to forget everything today. You have found English challenging as a result. Ignore the intricate laws of grammar. Do not try to be flawless. Above all, let go of your fear of making mistakes. Because this is the reality. Fear is the main cause of people's inability to speak English. Fear of making a mistake. Fear of coming across as foolish. Fear of criticism. Now, though, I want you to consider how you learn to walk. After a few falls, a child does not give up, does he or she? Without giving it any thought, they stand up and keep trying until they can walk. When learning a language, the same process occurs. Making mistakes is a normal aspect of the process. You cannot learn if you do not make mistakes. I thus want you to join me in saying this. English is simple. English is a language I speak. Every day, I get better at speaking English. These are strong words. Your brain will begin to believe them more and more the more you speak them. Unbelievably, your attitude toward English will have a significant impact on how well you learn the language. Step 1. Modify your perspective. Changing your perspective is the first step to becoming proficient in English. Your brain will reject learning English if you think it is difficult. However, your brain will begin to accept that English is simple if you start to believe so. Your development will quicken and your confidence will increase. The process of learning English is just like this. Errors happen during the process. Do not be scared to make errors. In actuality, you are not challenging yourself to develop if you are not making mistakes. After me, repeat. I learn from my mistakes. Stop uttering stuff like I cannot speak English or my English is bad as of right now. Rather, state that I am constantly learning and getting better. Your learning progress will be significantly impacted by these minor adjustments to your thought process. Step 2. Be surrounded by English. Now that you have changed your perspective, let us go to the next crucial phase, which is to surround yourself with English. Many individuals think that living in an English-speaking nation is necessary to become fluent. However, that is untrue. No matter where you are, you can establish an English-speaking atmosphere. Changing your phone's language to English is a quick way to get started. There are English words on your phone every time you check it. And believe me, things will soon feel normal again. It is a minor adjustment that has a significant effect on your language acquisition. Thinking in English is another effective strategy. Before translating your thoughts into English, you may first think in your native tongue. However, it slows down your speech. Try thinking in English instead. Think, for instance, I am getting out of bed now, as soon as you wake up. I am going to brush my teeth. It will feel more natural the more you do this. And you know what? Even talking to yourself is an option. It may sound silly, but speaking to oneself in English is a really effective approach to get better. Talk while standing in front of the mirror. How are you today? Ask yourself. Or what ought I to do? Get comfortable speaking without fear. This is a fantastic method to boost your self-esteem and your English speaking and thinking skills. Step 3. Put grammar out of your mind. Focusing too much on grammar is a typical error made by many students. Grammar knowledge is crucial, but it is not the first step. You will always be hesitant to talk if you spend too much time on grammar. Consider how kids pick up their first language. Grammar texts are not studied by them. They pick up knowledge through speaking, repeating, and listening. The grammar will flow easily. Concentrate on basic statements rather than rules. For instance, concentrate on phrases like I am eating or she is going to work rather than attempting to memorize every rule of the present continuous tense. You will speak more swiftly if you use these short sentences. Listen and repeat when you have finished speaking. Take in the speech patterns of native speakers. Do not merely comprehend the sentence. Say it aloud. As you continue to do this, your grammar will automatically get better. Step 4. Use English on a daily basis. It is time to speak English on a daily basis now that you are surrounded by it and have changed your perspective. Do not put off practice till the ideal moment. Now do it. Your confidence will increase as you talk more. To become fluent, you must speak English, even if only for a short while each day. Speak to a companion, to yourself, or even to a mirror. Do not be concerned about your blunders. You will feel more at ease if you concentrate on communicating. Make an effort to use English on a daily basis. Say, I am cooking now, if you are preparing dinner. This has a wonderful scent. Say something like, I am driving to work now, if you are on your way there. The day is pleasant. You may include speaking English into your daily routine by following these easy steps. It will eventually become as instinctive as breathing. Step 5. Practice to gain confidence. When learning a language, one of the most crucial things to keep in mind is that practice makes perfect. Talk every day, even if it is only for a little while. Speak to a friend, family member, or your mirror. Your confidence will grow as you practice more. Do not be scared to make errors. Errors are merely opportunities for growth. This is a crucial piece of advice. It will get easier the more you talk. You get more at ease speaking the language when you do it on a daily basis. You will not even have to think about speaking soon. You now know how to begin speaking English fluently, confidently, and fearlessly. The secret to speaking, thinking, and living in English on a daily basis has been unlocked by you. We will now explore a subject that is extremely important to language proficiency. How to increase your vocabulary in an enjoyable, efficient, and organic manner. I am aware that a lot of you may be annoyed by your vocabulary. It is possible that you struggle to learn new phrases that are appropriate for ordinary conversations or that you frequently forget words. It is possible that you feel trapped and that your vocabulary is not expanding quickly enough. Let me tell you something, though. That need not be the case. Vocabulary learning may be simple, enjoyable, and very fulfilling. And I am going to walk you through the process of doing so today. So, pick up your notebook, inhale deeply, and let us begin. Why vocabulary is so crucial. Let us take a moment to consider the significance of vocabulary in your quest for fluency before we get into how to increase it. Consider this. You are conversing in English when you encounter a word you are unfamiliar with. You feel stuck all of a sudden. The talk becomes difficult since you are unable to articulate your ideas clearly. For this reason, having a large vocabulary is crucial. Your ability to communicate effectively and comprehend what people are saying will both improve with the number of words you know. You should be aware of one more thing regarding vocabulary, though. It goes beyond simply learning words by heart. The key is to learn how to use them in practical settings. You will feel more comfortable speaking and grow more fluent as you acquire more vocabulary. How do we begin expanding this lexicon, then? Allow me to demonstrate. Step 1. Acquire context-based vocabulary. Contextual learning is one of the most crucial methods for picking up new vocabulary. What does that signify? Instead of merely knowing definitions, it entails understanding how words are employed in sentences and everyday contexts. When you study vocabulary in context, you begin to grasp when and how to utilize the words. If you learn the term excited, for instance, do not merely commit the definition to memory. Learn to utilize it in phrases such as, I am looking forward to the weekend. Or perhaps she was eager to meet her favorite famous person. This method of learning words makes it easier to recall them. You are not only learning a list of words by heart. You can see how they mesh well with actual dialogue. You will be able to use that word effortlessly the next time you hear it since you will instantly comprehend what it means. Step 2. Apply the one word per day technique. Let us go on to a quick and enjoyable method of expanding your vocabulary. The one word per day approach. Due of its concentration, manageability, and ease of daily use, this approach is highly effective. This is how it operates. 1. Every day, pick a new term. Choose a term that interests you or that you can use in your everyday life. New terms can be found in movies, TV series, and novels. Additionally, you can choose words from discussions you have had or subjects you are studying. 2. Acquire the word. Verify the word's pronunciation, look up its definition, and see how it appears in a phrase. 3. Make use of the word all day long. Use the term in several sentences throughout the day after you have mastered it. Say something like, that movie was amazing, or I had an amazing time at the party, if your new term is truly amazing. This will expose you to the word in a variety of circumstances and eventually make it a part of your active vocabulary. You will have learnt 30 new words if you practice this every day for a month. Just think of how much more you will know. Utilize flashcards in Step 3. You should start utilizing flashcards immediately if you want to accelerate your learning. You can use paper to create your own flashcards. Flashcards are fantastic because they let you go over words more than once, which helps you remember them. This is how to maximize the use of flashcards. 1. On one side, write the word. Write the definition or a sample sentence on the opposite side. 2. Go over them frequently. When used often, flashcards can effectively reinforce vocabulary. The important thing is to be consistent, whether you do it once a day or once a week. These dynamic, entertaining tools make studying vocabulary an enjoyable game. You will see big gains if you just dedicate 10 to 15 minutes a day to them. Step 4. View English language videos and TV series. Let us now discuss watching English language TV series and videos, which is one of the most entertaining ways to increase your vocabulary. This is a great approach to pick up vocabulary from the real world and recognize idioms and phrases used by native speakers. When viewing English language content, make sure to start with subtitles in your original tongue before switching to English ones once you feel more at ease. This will assist you in relating what you hear to the written word. Aloud, repeat new words and phrases. In the video, try pronouncing the new words just like the characters do. This will help you remember the terminology and enhance your pronunciation. Make notes. Pause the video and look up any terms or expressions that you do not understand. Put it in a notebook with an example sentence and its definition. Try using the word in your own phrases later. You will be able to utilize the terminology you acquire in this approach naturally because it is directly tied to real-life discussions and situations. Step 5. Have genuine discussions. Speaking with others is another effective method for picking up new words and phrases. Have genuine discussions with friends, language partners, or native speakers. Your vocabulary will really start to expand at this point. One of the finest ways to assess your proficiency with new words is to speak them aloud. Additionally, you will be compelled to utilize the terms you have learnt throughout a conversation, exposing you to terminology in a real-world, practical context. Yes, you can. Participate in language exchange initiatives. You can practice your English while interacting with people who wish to learn your original tongue on a variety of sites. Speak with relatives or friends. Make time every day to speak English with someone. This is a great way to practice and increase your vocabulary, even if you make mistakes. Step 6. Maintain a vocabulary notebook. Maintaining a vocabulary notebook is another excellent method of expanding your vocabulary. Make a note of every new word you learn, including its definition, pronunciation, and an example sentence. Why does this work so well? Since it encourages you to interact with the word rather than merely memorize it. Review your vocabulary journal once a week to find out how many new terms you have learned. Your diary will eventually grow into a library of words you can go to for inspiration and practice. Step 7. Use themes to learn vocabulary. Try concentrating on topics to increase the effectiveness of your vocabulary learning. Because the words are linked in your memory, learning them in theme groups, such as food, travel, or emotions, helps you remember them. For instance, you might study terms like fruit, veggies, spicy, sweet, bitter, tasty, etc. if you are learning words about food. Learning words that are connected to one another helps you remember them because it creates connections in your brain. Step 8. Continue practicing and exercise patience. Lastly, patience and constant practice are two of the most crucial things to keep in mind when expanding your vocabulary. It takes time to develop a strong vocabulary, and it is common to struggle or forget terms at first. Do not give up, though. You get closer to fluency with each new word you learn. You will make progress more quickly the more you practice. These are the finest techniques for increasing your vocabulary in an enjoyable, useful, and efficient manner. I want you to know that memorizing information is not the goal of vocabulary acquisition. Living with the language is the goal. Your confidence will rise if you put these strategies into practice and incorporate terminology into your everyday activities. The cornerstone of your proficiency in English is your vocabulary. You will achieve amazing achievements by practicing every day, communicating with others, utilizing technology, and learning in context. Let us now concentrate on frequent speaking practice, which is one of the most potent and successful strategies for becoming a fluent English speaker. This is the secret to increasing your fluency, and we will go over why it is so crucial, how to incorporate it into your everyday activities, and some practical advice to get you going. Let us get started. To begin with, what makes frequent speaking practice so crucial? The ability that forces you to actively use the language you are learning is speaking. Speaking is where you put all of your information into practice, even though reading and listening are crucial for expanding your vocabulary and comprehending grammar. Speaking frequently helps you internalize new words, get better at pronouncing them, and gain confidence. Frequent speaking practice not only improves your fluency but also makes you sound more comfortable. It aids in your comprehension of English's cadence and flow, which is essential for clear communication. Speaking must therefore be a regular part of your day if you are serious about getting better at English. The first piece of advice is to talk to friends or language partners. Having conversations with others is one of the simplest and most efficient ways to practice speaking. Speaking with people, whether they be friends, language partners, or teachers, gives you practice using English in everyday situations and boosts your confidence. Do not stress over becoming flawless. Everybody makes errors. Even if you make mistakes occasionally, what's important is that you are becoming accustomed to speaking in genuine discussions. The best aspect is that your language partner will provide you with instant feedback. The second piece of advice is to speak English to yourself. Speaking to yourself in English is an excellent approach to practice, even though it may sound a little odd. It facilitates your acclimatization to public speaking without the strain of an audience. It is a fantastic method to increase your vocabulary and fluency. Begin by using English to describe your environment or to express your ideas and thoughts. Sayings like, "I am going to the grocery store today," or "I really enjoyed watching that movie last night" are a couple examples. Talking about more complicated topics, such as your future ambitions or your thoughts on current affairs, will push you as you become more at ease. At first, talking to oneself may seem a little strange, but it gets easier and more natural the more you do it. It is a fantastic method to fit in effective practice during your day's quieter periods. The next tip is to create goals for speaking and monitor your progress. Making progress requires setting specific, attainable goals. Set daily or weekly objectives for speaking practice, such as recording 5 minutes of speech on a particular topic or speaking in English for 10 minutes each day. Setting a goal helps you stay consistent and gives you something to strive for. You could even keep a journal to record your progress. Establishing objectives helps you stay motivated, and recognizing your progress will increase your self-confidence. Many students concentrate on vocabulary and grammar, but it might be difficult for people to understand you if you have unclear pronunciation. Pronouncing words correctly is essential to being understood by others. People may find it difficult to understand you if you have poor pronunciation, even if you have excellent grammar and a large vocabulary. Consider pronunciation to be the link between your words and the audience. It guarantees accurate delivery of your message. Consider the possibility that a mispronounced word would prevent someone from understanding your sentences. Is not that frustrating? Because of this, one of the best strategies to enhance your speaking abilities and boost your confidence is to concentrate on your pronunciation. Making a recording of yourself is the primary method for enhancing your pronunciation. Although it may seem a little odd at first, one of the best ways to identify your areas of improvement in English is to record yourself speaking. This is how it operates. Pick a sentence or a short paragraph and speak it into your phone or computer. Play it back after recording and pay close attention. What do you sound like? Are you pronouncing words correctly? Do you have trouble pronouncing some words? You can identify your areas of error by listening to your own voice. Perhaps you are stressing the wrong syllable or mispronouncing a sound. You can begin to identify trends in your speech and strive to fix them if you do this on a regular basis. It is also a fantastic tool to monitor your development. It is quite inspiring to see how your pronunciation becomes better over time. Even if you only record for a short while each day, I advise you to do it. Finally, instead of translating from your home language, learn to think in English. This is one of the most effective habits you can develop. Let us explore how thinking in English can help you become more fluent and facilitate more fluid discussions. English language thinking is such a crucial ability. Real-time translation between your original tongue and English can be slow. You may take more time looking for words, putting sentences together, or attempting to adhere to grammar norms. Your confidence and fluency may suffer as a result. However, you avoid that mental translation process when you begin thinking in English immediately. Your talks become more impromptu, faster, and more organic. You can express yourself freely when you think in English. Because you will not have to stop every time you need to locate a word or worry about using proper grammar, it boosts your confidence. Over time, your fluency will increase as your brain adjusts to speaking English. How can one learn to think in English, then?